What's up, Conkers? We've got another AoE forecasted game here, which I'm hoping is going to be an exciting one. On Sunken Lands, we've got Core playing English in the color yellow against Revan. I think that's how you say it, Revan. Playing Order of the Dragon in purple. So I will speed through the first 5 minutes at 2 times speed. We can see Core going out on the deer here. I'm actually very surprised Revan's not doing the same. You see this a lot on Sunken Lands just because of the proximity of the deer. That you just go ahead and move out there and get your deer early, and then if you start getting attacked, you move back to the base. You can see Core's actually already gone for survival techniques as well, so quite interesting. I've done that myself, but not with the survival techniques, so it is interesting to see someone going for survival techniques. You know, he just puts a few extra on gold, and his age up might be a bit later, but he's going to really be able to suck the resources from this deer, which is going to be really solid. They're both picking up some sheep. But again, purple here, he's eating all of his sheep. At some point, he's going to have to move out on the deer, and Core might have some pressure on the map by that point, but we'll see. Pretty good Aachen Chapel placement. Can't complain with that. Like right against the wood line where they're going to be able to chop. Covers the gold, covers the sheep. That's pretty much all you could ask for there. So pretty solid. Going into an early farm. He's got a lot of sheep on the scout. He's beating Core by about 7 sheep right now. And our yellow English player going with the Abbey of Kings. So he's going to get the king out for some early harassment, but I'm not really sure that the Order of the Dragon player is planning on going out on the map very much. I'm interested to see if he's grabbing this stone just for an outpost. Arrow slits seems most likely. Seems like he's probably not committing to this for an actual town center. Yep, he pulls back. So yellow English still out on the deer. Building a lot of, has a lot of villagers on wood right now. Going with the stable. Which you don't see out of English every day. We'll slow things down here to 1 time speed. Just so we can follow along with the game better now that it's rolling. And you see our Order of the Dragon player's got his outpost with the arrow slits coming through. So he's going to be defended here without too much trouble. And the nice thing with his, there's pros and cons to the double gold placement being like this. So one is, it's going to be within his arrow slits protection, so he can expand out here and build a new outpost. But 2, if this side gets shut down, then you've got no gold at all. So we're seeing some aggression from our yellow English player, opening with the stable and rallying the horsemen across the map. And then it looks like he's building a proxy archery range behind the lumber camp. Or behind the wood line. So I'm not really sure how this is going to work out, because you can see the Order of the Dragon players just going fast castle. He went fast castle without the deer as well, which I find super interesting here. You know, he built 2 farms within the Aachen just to prolong the life of the sheep, which was smart. And here comes the Regnitz. And he's building a stable, so the thing that's going to be difficult for Core is if knights start coming out of this stable, or even gilded horsemen, veteran gilded horsemen, he's going to have a real difficult time with that, as he's got no spears at the moment. So this could be pretty dangerous for him. I have to see how he deals with this fast castle. The proxy range is a cool idea because the longbowmen are so slow. If you're going to do this, I wouldn't have even hated just building a palisade so your longbows have somewhere to retreat. Because now if you get all your longbows caught out here, they're just dead. Let's see what he queues up out of the stable. I'm guessing a knight. He just queues up a prelate. And here comes the knight. The knight is going to deal really well with everything the core has. Still no racks behind this. I think core would be in trouble whether this guy went Gilded Knights or Gilded Men-at-Arms at this point. Just he has nothing really to deal with that. So we see a little attack on the gold here, but I mean that's what you got to do if you're the English player. Try to push him off gold, but it's just difficult because he's got the outpost. But good kill on the prelate, good find and good kill there. I think he was trying to go for one of the bottom relics here. If he can keep hitting those prelates and delay or deny the relics, that's going to be huge. But he sees the first knight, and 400 HP, 5 armor, 36 base damage. I don't know if the horsemen are going to do it here. Speed building racks. But even feudal spearmen just aren't going to do well in low numbers against these. You need a lot of spearmen to be able to bring these down, and going for the first relic. The better Order of the Dragon players are also very good at, once these knights get low, they pull them home and heal them up, so expect a Wololo. So I think our English player will be able to bring this down, but he's definitely going to take some damage from the Knight Deering. Core, though, doing a really good job here of just keeping the units alive because the king can always heal them up later, and scaling towards his own castle here. So that's 2 prelates down already, which is really solid. Each prelate is 100 gold, which Order of the Dragon player's already finished up his first gold mine. And see, now he's having to move out onto this deer. He finished his sheep, so this is kind of why maybe you move out on the deer early. Both these players are much better than I am, but I was still surprised he didn't move out to the deer earlier. So we've got a sneaky prelate skipping around the side, but there's already a horseman there, and it does look like he's going to secure his first relic here. Order of the Dragon Knights coming in for a raid. I think there are some spearmen on the field, but it's going to be difficult to defend even with the spearmen. You can see how much damage these Order of the Dragon Knights do. I'm not sure if 4 spearmen will do it, but it is enough to push him away, and King's Palace is coming up in the back on the gold vein. I'm a little surprised we have a Wololo at the bottom to push off the horseman. It was close, but this prelate's probably going to go down. A little surprised at the macro of the Order of the Dragon player right now. It's a lot of food floating. And I don't know if this is because he's saving food to potentially hit a fast Imperial once he gets the gold up, or if it's just a missed macro. But very good job by Core right now defending the relics, I think. The Order of the Dragon player hit castle much sooner and has only got 1 relic. This looks like it might be a second one coming in soon, but Core is moving out with the spearmen. Nice charge there. The Gilded Landsknecht are coming out. Those are going to deal with the spearmen really, really well. You see Monastery up by the English player to try to just grab a couple of these relics. If he could at least get 2, that would be pretty big here. Potentially 3. It's going to be hard for these spearmen to defend against these knights, I'll be honest. They did a better job than I thought, but he's going to pick off a couple more here. You can see when the spearmen are caught out, they go down quite quickly to these knights. Second relic coming in. Once these Landsknecht are on the field, that's going to be a game changer. Huge hits from the Landsknecht. And now we see this yellow army is just going to get tracked down. Purple committing to a fight. But where's the prelate? We need the prelate out here. Here he comes. So right now we're in a situation they're just fighting over relics and Castle Age. Our yellow English players got 2 town centers, so if they both stay in Castle, he's outscaling our purple player right now because he's on 2 TC. So that's really solid. He's gotten, you know, his important eco upgrades, wheelbarrow, well, I always call it horticulture, but fertilization, lumber preservation. And purple really hasn't done that. They're both really lacking on blacksmith upgrades, interestingly enough. Both need to get their blacksmith upgrades going, but third relic's coming back now for purple. And still based on purple's economy, I'm not just wondering if he's, once he gets these relics in, if he's just thinking about trying to go imp. He does queue up more units finally, but he's been floating a lot. His archery range is for sure going to go down. And it looks like it's going to be a 3-2 relic split in favor of the Order of the Dragon. You know, you're normally happy if you get 3 relics as Order of the Dragon or HRE. And our English player did a really good job of defending them. Otherwise, you know, in a lot of games, purple would have gotten 5 relics there. 4 or 5, and then you almost just want to surrender in that case. Landsknecht not fooled. Look at that sword. Still no blacksmith upgrades from core. Limited blacksmith upgrades from Revan. I wonder if is there something new with blacksmith upgrades? I always get mine much sooner, so. These gilded horsemen are going to be able to raid pretty effectively, especially if they get their +2. They're just going to be difficult to kill. They're very fast. They don't go down to arrow fire. So, unfortunate turnaround right here, but you can normally raid really effectively with them. It looks like both sides are committing to a castle fight here now. Doesn't look like purple's scaling towards imp. It looks like he's going with the horseman Landsknecht combo. So I'm very interested to see how that goes. I'd probably just try to surround this group with my villagers and stay on the deer. He's also getting inspired warriors, so he's going to bring some prelates to the fight, make his military more efficient. I think that's pretty cool. So the main thing kind of to keep an eye on now is what is Order of the Dragon going to do? Is he going to push? Is he going to go fast imp? Is he going to try to scale his eco? He's kind of on a timer to do something because our yellow English player is on 2 town center and he's not. So he's going to outscale him long term. Even with 3 relics, you know, yellow has 2 relics. So the outscale is going to come through one of these days. He's going for better men-at-arms. I'm not sure that's going to be super good against the Landsknecht. That's a little worrying. I will say I like the unit comp from purple right now. Even though he could maybe even just add in a range and get like some archers. Or crossbows. Looks like he's going to get ready for a push, which I think he's got a push right now. See, the army value is massively in his favor. If he doesn't push right now, core will outscale him. So he's got to make a push. He's going to bring the prelates to do the push. And I'm a little surprised there's not more military from our English player right now. He's going to have a lot of trouble with this army. This is a very powerful army. Doubling the army value, almost 2.5 times really the army value of the English player. And if those Landsknechts get on top of him, it's going to be an annihilation of those spearmen if the Landsknechts get in there. The English town center is strong, but there's not a whole lot it can do against these horsemen, especially with the prelates. No counter raiding going on from yellow. Just trying to hold here as best as he can. Crossbows aren't a counter for the Landsknecht either. So they have a really difficult time killing the Landsknechts. Landsknecht on the farmland, but amazingly Core able to get a lot of the villagers outside of the base here. Now they're walking back around. I'm not sure that's a good idea. Here come the Landsknechts. Here they come. We're going to see some big hits from Landsknecht here. Oh my god. 18 villagers down in the blink of an eye. More Landsknecht on the farmland. I think this is almost certainly game. But we'll see if Core is able to pull it off. The Landsknecht, they are closing in here. They're at least slightly slower than the villagers, is the only thing keeping the villagers alive here. Big hits, though. Big hits. The main problem you have is the town centers end up focusing the Gilded Horsemen instead of the Landsknechts, and they do, like, no damage against Gilded Horsemen. This could be another big hit here. Oh! That was a big cleave, man. Yeah, and unfortunately, I think you've got to call this. If we look at Purple's base, unbothered. No counter raiding going on. Oh, I take that back. One knight has gotten out to the food source. This is actually pretty big. He's got a lot of farms in the base to continue production, but the knight on the food is very important detail here. It's what you always want to do if you're being hit at the base really hard, is try your best to get in a little counter raiding. So he's able to bring a few villagers down, but that knight's not going to be long for this world. And Revan looking to steal the relics here. If he steals these relics, it's going to be even more game than it already was. Double relic steal here. That's painful. That's really painful. That's all I can even say about that. Core trying to get walls up to block the reinforcements. He's managed to bring one of those prelates down. He's now going spearman longbow, which should be ideally good here. The longbows to take out the Landsknecht, since they're light infantry, the spearmen to deal with the horsemen. And I think Core's definitely behind on eco, but we're seeing a little bit of stabilization after that tremendous push from Revan, which I thought was just going to be GG. These better players, though, they know how to hang in there, which is incredible. But you can see Revan with 36 villagers killed, which is just a massive amount of villagers killed. And Core killed about 5 or 6 villagers on the bottom down here, which really helped a lot. But with Order of the Dragon, they're going to have 5 relics now. Their gold's going to skyrocket. I'm not even sure they'll need anybody on gold. I'm not sure he even has anybody on gold now. I don't think he does. I think he's just running off the relics, which is smart. He just pumped food and wood, and Core going into more crossbows. Unfortunately, I'm not sure crossbows are the answer. Some good micro with the spears, though. It's just a difficult position to hold at the moment. So many goated Landsknechts. Landsknechts get a connection on the spears, which is really dangerous. He's trying his best to hold here. Just a bit too much military mass for purple. There's going to be another breakthrough, and a lot more villagers will be going down behind us again. Both sacred sites capped by purple. 7 minutes on the timer. Splitting up the units as you should to attack on all sides. That's what you want to do normally when you break the army, is just send units in all directions, try to pick off reinforcements, villagers out there. Redeploying the villagers to the fields. It's gonna be quite dangerous for him. I think he just got 2 shot there. That was crazy. Ah. His difficult game, Palace of Swabia, coming up behind this on the gold. That might finally convince a good game here once the Palace of Swabia is up. I like how, since purple's just using the relic gold, he still doesn't have specialized pick. He's like, I don't mind gold. What is this? I have 2 sacred sites and 5 relics. I don't need to mine gold. I've got almost 1,000 income a minute off 5 relics and 2 sacred sites, and no one on gold. Gore's going into knights now. I don't know, and I'm saying this not to be critical. I'm just saying I've never played knights into Gilded Landsknecht. I don't know how that plays. With Tithe Barns, this is going to be kind of brutal, because with 5 relics, it's going to be an extra 2... Yeah. It's going to be an extra 200 food, wood, and 50 stone each minute. Pretty damn good. Maybe he's able to get the Night Mass up here. I'm interested to see the Elite Gilded Horsemen, what their stats are against a Castle Knight, though. Because I've got a feeling the Veteran Gilded Horsemen actually can trade pretty well with these Knights. Especially once they get their Elite upgrade. He's going to decap the Sacred Side here, I think. But already has more HP than the Knight. The only thing it's really lacking here is the melee armor. And it's got very high damage due to the Inspired Warrior from the Prelates. Probably should have left the Knights here, decap the side. And does not look like any ranged units are ever going to come on the field for purple. He's committed to this Horseman Landsknecht combo. I think Core's out of gold in the main base. It's going to be very problematic. He's trying to scale to Imperial himself, I assume, to go Windguard. But this could, yep, he has to pull back. He doesn't have the gold. Big fight here. There's some counter-raiding by the Knights in the base. Longbows trying to pick off the Landsknecht. Trying to take good engagements here. I think the Knights are mostly cleaned up, unfortunately. Some weird pathing here from our purple player. I think he was telling his units to attack, and there was a hole here, so they were trying to run around. So the Elite Gilded Horseman, I think, is stronger than a Castle Age Knight. No, it's not stronger head-to-head. I don't know, it might be because of the increased HP. I take that back. It really might be stronger. That's a good unit tester question. Landsknecht, massive hit. Dude, massive hit on the spears here. Berkshire coming up in prayer. that he can hold in this game, and using the king to do a little raiding. Committing to the fight, trying to get the Berkshire up. You might have to pull more villagers to get it up. I'm not even sure Purple sees the Berkshire or he'd be running for it here. I think he's distracted by the counter raid of the king. King goes down. I don't know if this Berkshire is going to go up. I don't think it is. I think if he had pulled 20 villagers, you know, it goes up, but he's going to recommit the villagers. There's a lot of burn damage on the Berkshire right now. The Berkshire could potentially keep him alive a bit longer. He managed to decap the sacred site on the top side. That's huge, actually. And now he's going to commit the villagers. It's going to go down if he doesn't cancel it. Or start building it. Uh-oh. It's down. And he lost all the resources for it. Just quaint farming over here. Quaint farming. Absolute chaos in the base of the English. Again, you know, I keep saying it's game. I thought he would call game when the Berkshire went down, but here we are. Fighting under the main town center to stay alive. I think if Purple at one point in this game had just gone into Gilded Archers, it'd be over. Gilded Archers or Siege. Until he gets Siege, he might not be able to break through, but you can see the economic difference here is massive. Core really only matching him in food. Yeah, biology is coming through, so I'm interested to see how much HP these Gilded Horsemen are going to have, because I assume it's going to be a ton. But man, losing that Berkshire, that was brutal. That was brutal. The problem with the Berkshire is he can still just go around to the other side. So I'm a little surprised he didn't try to build a wind guard in the back or something just to mass spearmen. Looks like we're... what is this? Keep drop? Yep. We're going to get a keep drop from Purple. This is a get out of my game keep. But amazing defense by our yellow English player. He's been behind pretty much this entire game, and I'm amazed that he's still even remotely in the game. Landsknecht hidden through the wall there. That's a little bit of bullshit, if you ask me. Gilded Horseman with 450 HP now. I mean, that's absurd. It would take a lot of hits from a Spearman to kill an elite Gilded Horseman at this point. And now, the cannon, the culverin, is what I'm expecting to come. Probably does not realize the Spearmen are doing this. He's building the... what? He's building the Berkshire out here. Can honestly just get torched down. That's not where his focus is, but it can get torched down later. But he is going to defend 2 golds here. Problem is, Purple doesn't really need gold right now. He's going with a lot of horsemen. So he's not struggling on gold. But Core is going to make a move out there while his base is getting dived. He's trying to bring down the Landsknecht as much as possible with the archers. It's a difficult micro with this many units. Very difficult micro. It's more difficult than it looks. You're trying to target down these independent Landsknechts. The age up does come through for Core. I think it's just too much still. The town center is not going to be able to kill Gilded Horsemen at this point in the game. They have 9 ranged armor. It's only Spearmen that can bring them down. And even so, they can deal pretty well with the veteran Spearmen here. Culverin sieging. Sieging down the main town center slowly. Back at Purple's base. Economy is unbothered. Surprised he hasn't got an elite army tactics. And there we go. The game is called. The game is called. That was a matchup between 2,000 ranked players. Bit of a Goliath matchup, if I had to call it one. And our English player, just under constant pressure that game, was very difficult to deal with. You can see he had quite an eco lead, quite a villager lead, I should say. The relics will make up for a bit of the villager lead. But you can see after those villagers are killed, Purple really takes off, especially once he gets the relics in Palace of Swabia and resources gathered. Military statistics, you always kind of want to be half of what Order of the Dragon's done, so the KD wasn't quite where it needed to be either. If y'all enjoyed watching that casted game, drop a like on the video. If you'd like to see more casted games, just comment and let me know. It's definitely something I've been thinking about doing. I enjoy watching the games. You can learn a lot from it and just see what other players are doing. If you want to support the channel, you can click join below the video. And thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.